So let's see, a couple highlights for the infrastructure. Again, we have 64 miles of water mains. We've added, I believe, 5 gate valves. We've added 3 curb stops. Those are the services, the new services. We've added 1 fire hydrant. I've also added into this report the actual treatment capacity for well 18, which is 40,000 gallons per day. Mobile Home Estates treatment capacity is 1 million gallons per day. And then I've listed out the water transfer stations, the booster stations. Oh, go ahead.
The well 18 capacity is what?
40,000 gallons per day.
Oh, got it. Thank you. Now I'm reading your number correctly.
So I'm just looking at the pipes. We have 110 miles of pipes rather than 130.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an overestimate. Unfortunately, that was not corrected prior to, but we'll make sure that it is. And this actual report acts as the document that represents where we're at today.
Yeah.
And we actually had some higher estimates at that point based on previous knowledge,
right.
Which has been the actual lines have been measured in the GPS GIS map, and so it's much more accurate than previous estimates.
Right.
Sewer mains, again, 45 miles. Manholes, lift stations, there they are. Those are the wastewater lift stations. Your Aspen wastewater treatment facility is permitted for 150,000 gallons per day of wastewater treatment. Our average plant capacity is 60,000 gallons per day. So I think that that kind of runs us through the vast majority of this. We did have some late charges. We did accomplish our monthly safety meeting, and it was traffic control.
And no customer complaints.
And no customer complaints for July. And then on the back, you have the July budget. And on the very back page, we went ahead and included our observations of well 18's pH results from the beginning of the year.
Steve, I have a question about that.
Yes.
What happened in February and July that caused that significant drop?
It's unknown to us. We just simply take the sample from the raw water and take the result and mark it down. So we've seen it range. I mean, it is interesting to see it fluctuate, but we don't. I don't have a explanation as to why that.
Hydrologist, maybe it's first melt.
Well,
and who knows?
And what we were guesstimating about our own well at the ranch was that since the aquifer changes in level, that when it's a little lower, there could be more solids and the pH could be higher. But it's just a
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's just a guesstimate because we see a fluctuation of pH throughout the season too. And,
what's your pH? Interest? Is it as low as?
That's a personal question. What's your pH? I'm just kidding.
AJ and Jennifer, we hope you're laughing.
It fluctuates.
Is it like at Casita Park? Is it like at Casita Park, or is it? Because that well is significantly different to here, for example.
Yeah, it's been from 6 to 7 to 8, and then our RO helps bring it down a little bit for the plants. So.
Well, thank you for opening up personally with
me.
Stephen, I know we've had this format for a while, but I can't tell you, it's so easy to read and relate to.
This is a good report.
Good.
Really
thank you.
Yeah,
we'll continue to improve it and get it streamlined and get the important information in there for you.
I do like certification corner. There's a certain intimacy added to the.
And who is it that's about to go for
certification?
So he has no certifications?
No, he just started. And you have to have, you only have to have 1 month to get D's, and you have to have 2 years to test for C's, 3 years for B's, and 4 years for A's.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, we've got him fast tracking it, and we're going to push him through as quickly as we can get him there.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So, AJ, I see a note about financial at 10. Where would you like to go next? We have 20 minutes.
I just emailed Brad a few minutes ago and let him know that we were about to the capital improvement section.
Yeah, sorry.
But we, one of the things we need to discuss is the notary services.
Yeah, Cindy just noted that. So,
Well, it has come to my attention that now the bank is not offering notary services. We've been getting a lot more traffic that's unrelated to district business. And so I just wanted to ask you what you would like, if we should have our notary just notarizing district business, or is it something that we might want to do a charge for, so that when people come in, it compensates Joanne for her time. It is a significant interruption to her workday, and she's extremely busy. So that's really what's going on, is we're getting a lot more traffic. She's very busy. Is this what you want?
yeah, what do I? And there's no one else in town.
Apparently, well, I don't know
Well,
that for a fact.
usually the real estate offices have
Can do
someone have
And Janie Thomas. Janie,
Oh, really?
Janie is a notary, and she keeps herself current.
And she lives in Casita Park?
She's very sweet.
Yeah, she
Excuse
is
me?
very sweet.
I just said she's very sweet.
I know.
So how
Let's
do you,
not get
What's your
too-
recommendation?
yeah.
And what would Joanne
It's not
like?
too personal.
I think that it would be best if we restricted it to do district business only.
Okay.
So not even charged for it.
Not even charged for it,
just
it's not a service that we offer. That's from my perspective. That's what I think would be most efficient for our
For you,
operation.
yeah.
Now, in terms of what the public needs,
Could we, I mean, I like the idea that we are offering this public service, that we have a notary and the public could use it, but I thought perhaps if we made a time that, say, between 4 and 4:30 in the early morning, that
that's fine.
no, like say between, so Joanne would always know that that particular state, say between 9 and 9:30 or 9 and 10 or whatever it is, and every morning, if you have a notary, she will notarize it, but would that be too difficult to?
Yeah, it's just another management layer,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But I think that is the question. How do we
Yeah.
balance what the community needs with her efficiency? And she's
Very busy.
booked. She's
Yeah.
overbooked.
What, could we actually ask Joanne to come in and, I mean, I'd like to get a sense, are we talking about 2 or 3 people a day, 2 or 3 people a week?
Well, I think one of the problems is that if it becomes known that it's much more generally able to come here, will more and more people become
And there's no
aware,
charge for it,
so
so.
no charge.
And she's about
At
to
this
be
point.
out for 6 weeks.
What?
She's having her hip replaced on Monday.
Oh. And well, and
I think on
typically
Tuesday.
people
Tuesday? Yeah.
do people charge for notaries?
Yes,
Seems
it's like $3 or $5.
They do.
Yeah.
Can we ask Joanne what she feels?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'll ask.
Thank you, Marty.
There are other notaries that we use that are available in town. I'm remembering we went into the town hall once for notarization.
Somebody posted on Facebook recently, several notaries
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, there are.
So that might be a good
And-
solution, is just to refer customers to
Exactly.
her
Right,
Have the
list.
information.
and have a list with
Yeah.
phone numbers.
Thanks so much.
Already
And it was
printed
on
out?
Facebook.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I saw it
I don't
posted
know.
on
It's just that
Facebook.
our need for a notary has led us to several different people.
Yeah.
There was a woman who was the administrative assistant at First Century 21. She's no longer in the office, but she's still a notary.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Cindy Pearson used to be.
Right.
But she's moved.
She's still
Right,
around.
but maybe Avia, is that the new woman's name, Larson? She may be a notary. But that's a good idea, to get the list and.
That's the best idea I've heard.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
I didn't,
Well, we wanted your opinion, but we came up with something that might be a good idea.
Well, they wanted to hear from you about
numbers.
what
that
it's
come.
like for you to do notary services for public with the large amount of responsibilities and duties that you already have underway?
You know, it comes in spurts. When the election was happening, there was a lot of notarization for that, different things. If they have an issue, if the public has an issue and there's a petition, you know, I'll get swamped. Yeah, it's interesting how it goes. But it's calmed down lately in the past few weeks. Sometimes it is. It's very distracting. Stephen and I are in the middle of stuff and then people come in, you know. But
So on a bad day, what are you looking at?
really, it's just like 1 a day, 2 a day. The other thing, again, it comes in spurts.
It's an interruption of her workflow,
Right.
and I think that's what we need to be more concerned
Yeah,
about.
that is the main concern. If we're not going to charge for it, it's costing the district time.
Yeah, it sounds like we have options. We can direct people, do a little research and have a list.
Yeah, and so that's kind of
Who
what
else
came
is
out
doing
of this.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Michael,
should
would
charge
you-
for it. If that's the issues of the...
Well, that was also on the table,
Right.
Don, but I think
I think
we've
it's
come
more
to
introduction.
a better solution, and
Right.
that would be to have the list of other notaries that are in the community and provide that to customers.
Yeah, that is good, because I know people come down here expecting it, and if I'm not here, I'm not available. It's not fair to them either if they think that it's available all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, Michael, would you be willing to share that list of the people you know with Joanne?
Well, right now, well, all I know is Janie,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
And perhaps whoever is at the office in Preston,
Okay.
the town
The
office.
town hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use Facebook, and so whatever lists someone saw on Facebook,
Yeah, I
don't
saw it.
have access
I could
to.
actually post it again.
But I'll ask some questions, and I'll just,
She wants to be with you.
whoever I discover, should I report to you?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And-
So you would like, I mean, are we correct that you would like to not do it?
No, that's not correct.
Oh, okay.
I really actually like performing the service for
Oh,
the
do you?
community.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's nice that the water department can do something for the community. And people are always surprised when I say no charge. You know, and most people are grateful. Some people don't even consider paying us for that, but the people who do always do. Even though I told them last time, you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for that. But
So what would you like to see happen? Would you like to?
Just to leave it as it is and also give them
Yeah.
the
yeah,
list.
exactly. I'd like to
And
leave
you
it
can
as it
choose.
is, if that's all right with Stephen, and then be able to say, I'm not available or whatever, it's not a good time. Here's a list of other people you can reach out. You know, if there's phone numbers, that'd be great, so then they can call beforehand.
And then do you think remaining to not charge for it?
I'd personally rather not charge for it,
Yeah,
but
and
that's up to the
change and
district,
everything
of
else,
course.
yeah.
I think it's...
Yeah, it becomes, we can't
Try
take
not to
cash,
do
you know,
cash.
how much am I gonna charge, how do you know, is it per page, and then, you know,
Put it on their
20
water.
pages.
Put it on their water bill.
oh, they love that, Kyle. And that's what I mean, you know,
Yeah.
for us to provide something for the community that we're not charging, I feel kind of good about.